All right, I'll just start recording this just in case you're thinking of your question there. But yeah, so this is the second set that we'll talk about. This was at Smash Factor 9. This is the one stream set that Sekai had here. And this one was just kind of like a lot of one-on-one Fox issues. And I do want to talk about this matchup since a lot of you guys struggle hard with this. Something you got to remember about Fox is that Fox is a extremely linear character. So neutral-wise, he's pretty easy to deal with. The main thing is that he does have some like little niche things that can deal with Duck Hunt well. Obviously, laser controls can very, very nicely. And then he technically does have a reflector, but it's not really that intrusive in this matchup. The most that reflector really should come into... Should I just sort of reaction stuff more? Yeah, your reaction stuff's not bad. Like, especially when you're covering ledge, that was pretty good. That's good. The only time you should really be preemptive against Hero is if he's in an accelerate. If he's in accelerate, I think that's the time where you can throw out your aerials like preemptively and you should stuff him out. And weirdly enough, bounce too, because if you have a projectile out, he's probably going to be running towards you and he's probably going to try to throw out some type of attack. So if you can kind of figure out a good position where you can do preemptive attacks, I think those are the two areas where you can take advantage of that. But make sure that you understand his habits with bounce a little bit more if we do that. Accelerate, I think you'll find a lot more success with that in general, just with the way that he moves. All right, take care, dude, Rob. So yeah, let's talk about this. So Fox, like I mentioned, laser is going to be your main thing with neutral that you're going to have to deal with in terms of controlling your projectiles. Outside of that, his goal is to be on top of you as much as possible. So he's going to approach you with Nair because he gets a lot off of that. And then generally you're going to get like Nair to jab, Nair to other aerial, or like Nair to grab. Grab overall, not really that bad. Like he can obviously get pretty good punishes off of it, but nothing that leads to a guarantee. He's going to have to like do a read or he's going to have to do like some type of follow-up, but you have a chance to respond and minimize the damage he takes or completely reverse the situation to him. And if he's in a juggle, always go to ledge. There's no reason to stay on stage whenever he's juggling you. I'll talk about more specifics as we get into this his stealth. I do remember just being like kind of disappointed with the way that Sekai played this. So I will point out the usual Duck Hunt bad habits as they come up because I do remember that being quite a lot during this set. And against Fox, you do want a bigger stage. You want to have more space to set up just because if you play on a small stage like Smashville, you're basically always in burst range, and that's not fun. Oh, actually, this is an example of Fox using a reflector a lot, but Sekai Doggo did not like punish him at all, which is very bad. This is one of the easiest reflectors to punish. And always remember, if he does illusion that is going onto your shield, you automatically always have a grab. And I do want to say you have an up smash too, but let me double check. Let's not throw out wrong propaganda here because that is something I hate. But I believe you should. So illusion minus 20. Yeah. So if Fox ever illusions on shield, you can up smash him and kill him. Kind of guy is. How does he remind you of Big Duck Hunt fan of like any way at all? That's like one of the absolute worst takes that you could ever have. Yeah. So this is a very normal thing. You've got to remember every single time that if you see like Fox nair to jab, super normal thing. When Fox does jab on your shield, you can roll out of it if you're not at ledge, or you just kind of wait for it because that is going to be negative 32 on shield. So if he does that, you get a very good punish on it. So be ready to do it. Yeah, that I don't know what that was. Let me double check down air. I forget how negative that is on shield, but from what I remember, that's not safe. Negative 14 on shield. If he lands in front of you, you can grab it. So keep that in mind. There's an audio desync going on. Okay. I mean, also, I don't know if you heard the lore, but Big Duck Hunt fan actually gave up Duck Hunt for Steve, and then he quit the Duck Hunt Discord. So he's actually going to be like joining Onin for that. If anything, it's going to be a Steve Ditto up there. Yeah. Basically, against Fox, this is the only thing you want to do. You want to have like Can right behind you. You want to play near it. That's your entire game. Yeah, dude. If you go into the Duck Hunt Discord and you like look him up, he basically got super super salty and lost and said, "I'm going Steve to get like results," and then he left. Though he should be at Let's Make Moves Miami, and it looks like a lot of Duck Hunts are going to be going over there. So that's something that's going to happen. You know, I just realized I did not see how you lost that stock. What happened? Okay. Also, yeah, you were way too far away from that. You should have just been closer. Yeah, there we go. Honestly, that was just really weird on Lucifer's part because, like, by all means, you could, like, he could just, like, actually smother you there, but he decided to camp you like he had can near you. That was weird. Okay, you need to know the clay pigeon routes on the fast fallers. Basically, there they don't go into Tubble, so you just know what your routes are off of that. Your combos are gonna be different. Also, yeah, just remember, just roll a can. That's the only thing that you need to do there. Also, like you're gonna see throughout the set, not as much I think in this first game is well, honestly I think throughout the entire set, you are gonna see him try to reflect like literally everything that you do. So just keep that in mind and just remember you can always punish it. Especially if Can hits the top of his reflector, Can's not gonna hit you, so you can just hit him from the side. Yeah, also all you need to do is just like have this part covered, and then if he goes low, you can just go off stage dare. And offstage dare is something that you can practice in training mode because the timing for Firefox is never going to change. And the goal is to hit him when he's like charging it. Yeah, that was sick. I remember that. He actually like almost got you there too, which is a little rough. Yeah, if these like if these higher percents, like I think you could have done forward throw fair, but if not, just back throw him because like Fox has a really hard time getting back. Nah, we're already full for the night. Yeah, the second that you see the double jump go out, you can just full hop up air, and it's going to beat out every single landing option that Fox is going to have. So keep that in mind. And like against Fox, you need to be focused on like getting out can whenever you can, like at least at a safe distance. Where there, when he's distracted, you could have done it. Like, yeah, remember, Fox is going to approach you, and you can always outrange them with fair, so wait for them to come to you. You never need to approach them. And also, Fox has no answers to shield can, too. Also, at least, like, in theory, that F smash wasn't bad. The big issue that you had is that Fox Illusion is way too slow for that to hit, so you needed to wait before throwing it out. But regardless, like, just kind of being patient, throwing out like the down tilt or something, or like a down angled F tilt, which would have been the best move since that's the most active. That would have gone a lot farther. Like right there, the second he threw that out and like threw out Gunman, the thing that you got to remember is like not only was he not in range to get hit by that, but he cannot jump out of Reflector, so that was a free up smash right there. And that probably would have killed him here, but there's a chance maybe it wouldn't have. It was like borderline kill. And like there, he could have ping canned a little bit more to like bait him to keep holding Reflection and get the up smash. Just a lot of ways you can do it. I have no idea why that hit him. He had to like jump and like at the wrong part. And like this is the thing. It's like he keeps giving up like all this safety that he has for like no reason at all. Like he keeps putting himself in risky situations that he doesn't need to be in. And then like he neglects that he has that as an option there. But that's the thing. He has a very good setup to deter all aggression from Fox, and he just gets rid of it. And I think that's like a very common thing that a lot of Duck Hunt players have. Like you just kind of want to chuck things at him, but the best thing to do is actually keep everything on you. All right. Also, stage-wise, this is not a bad one to go to, just because you got plenty of space to go to. You got the platforms, so you got a lot of ways to at least like get around the juggles. And then the other thing too is like I think ledge-wise, it's worse for Fox than it is for you. Yeah, I feel like that was a misinput there. Like, okay, against a Fox that's like super, super happy to reflect, there is absolutely no reason to throw out a Clay Pigeon outside of like a confirm that you have. So the main thing you need to do is you always need to focus on getting can out, so that way you can literally beat out every single form of aggression that Fox has against you. Even if he laser, it doesn't matter. You just need that done. That is it. Also, something worth noting is that like if he does jump on your shield and does reflect or reflect can on you, the only thing he can do is jump. So the second that happens and he jumps, you can just up air him and anti air him immediately. See, like there. Like now that you've recognized that he's just going for this too much, this is what you could be doing the entire time. And it's not like you're only limited to grabs. You literally have any move you can hit him besides your B buttons. Yeah. That's always really risky to go for, but like if you kind of have a read on how they want to jump around you, up smash is not a bad thing to do to catch it. A little bit early on that. Yeah, like at that zone, he could have gone for another back air very, very easily, or just like done like down angled like F tilt. So then that way he's forced to go low and he can get a down air off of it. Again, no reason to really go for something risky like that. Just hold shield, wait for him to do nair, and then jab, and then get your punish. Yeah. By all accounts, I felt like that nair should have stuffed him out, but I guess the hitbox disappeared at that moment. Also, like, don't forget you do have pivot grab. He's like chasing you down a lot, and you'll be able to like shift your hurtbox enough to like intercept most approaches. There you go. Honestly, that obliterates him. You might be able to do like down angled F tilt at like 105 and kill him. There we go. Not sure why you did the roll, because like that was just a guaranteed punish in general, so you could just jumped out of shield and brushed him a little bit more. And that was just a hard read. Guys, don't do that. I know you guys love doing things like that, but don't do it. You get one of those. You get one of those a set. Also, like there, as long as you have trained to down air that every single time it pops up, like no fox will live past like 50%. So please get that into your system. The second that you see a fox up B, he's dead. Yeah. But still, something I do want to point out is that Sekai actually did not really make the neutral adjustments here. Like, he's still kind of throwing out his safe setups. He's not realizing when he has, like, shield can set up to just kind of beat out everything that Luisfer's doing. And he's not really zeroing down on just how much Luisfer is using a reflector. There's a couple of moments where he's like, okay, I can get the grab here and things like that. But I don't think it's a response to him using a reflector. I think he just thought ahead of time, I'm going to get a grab, without like any consideration of reflector being there. So it just feels like watching him. Also, if Sekai, if you're in the chat, let me know if that was kind of your thought process too. That was a long pause. That's good you're realizing stuff, Wisdom. And you have to be careful with that start because he can just auto blow up can on you for throwing out can right there. So just make sure you throw it out when he's not near you. Or if you're doing can, drop through platform and do it. So then that way the can's not going to just get thrown back in your face. Like there is a brief window, but it's much smaller than just doing it on the ground. Also, yeah, that was just kind of weird. Like over here. Yeah, maybe you didn't have time to get shield up there. Yeah, at this point, you do not go on stage. You go to ledge. You never go on stage at this part. The other thing, too, is that, like, you can get, like, a can out, and then that way you can at least fall with that, but no, you need to go to ledge. But yeah, guys, this is why you don't DI on stage whenever. Fox is junkie. Always go to the ledge. Always go to ledge. You might take damage, but you won't die. Unless he gets a good read on you. Also, yeah, at this percentage, you got guaranteed throw combos, and that he was way too far away to get like can combos. So just remember your guaranteed damage over like non-existent damage. But honestly, after getting 0 to death, I don't blame you for being a little dizzied. Ah, dang, yeah, flubbed your punish there. But something to keep in mind is can on the ground is your best friend, because like up here, if you're camping beneath the platform, this stops all short hop aggression against Fox, but this won't stop like things that'll hit you on the ground, and not to mention you won't have like anchor can on you. Yeah, you had nothing for that clay pigeon there. So if there's one character you don't want to clay pigeon against, it's Fox. Again, no, don't want to do that. Fox is another one of those characters. Very, very easy. Much easier to get up against on ledge than most people think because everybody gets hit by this back air. Just seriously watch the timing of his jumps. The second that you see him leave ground and like he's spamming back air, there's a good chance that like the second he jumps, you can put up get up attack, and then because he sees you moving, he's like, oh, cool, my back air is gonna land, and then get up attack just rips through it. If you do roll, he can do back air to like run up smash or like grab. So get up attack's going to be your best timing for that. Or what you do is that you input like jump, hold away. So then that way the back air misses. Because when you do jump, hold back, you kind of end up in this area. So if he's on stage and the hitboxes are covering here, it actually won't hit you. And then you can just jump over. A little hard to do against Fox though. Also, remember this: your punish game against like a character like Fox or Falcon, those burst characters. Like, if you have a guaranteed follow up off of that fair, you go for it. If you don't, you throw out a can. Getting your setup is your punish in a matchup like this. Yeah, like at this point, this is the way that you want to play it. And like honestly, that's you have to have husky levels of knowledge to know that that hitbox would have ended like that. I would have not told you that he would have just like he would have just been pulled towards you. Yeah, there you flubbed your punish. Yeah. Yeah, just like always remember like the different areas that he can get you killed at. So going to ledge is always going to be your safe zone. These are the exact spacing that we had there. It's like I felt like, oh, you did fair too early. That was it. Yeah, because it's like it looked like you hit him, so I was a little bit confused. So that was the issue there. Oh well. technically speaking, the idea wasn't wrong. It was just the execution there. But yeah, your big issue is that you don't really play around shield can all too often. And then that last game, he actually used Reflector really well. He didn't really use it in positions that he could have been punished in. But I still think he was using the Reflector in a way where you could have conditioned to get punishes off of it. So you could have just discouraged use of it outside of like the obvious clay pigeons coming at me. Reflect can to punish you as well when you're recovering. Things like that. So remember, if you don't get a guaranteed punish, you get your can out and then you play with that behind you. So then that way, if he tries to be aggressive against you, you have it that way to deter any aggression that he has. Learn how to just down air Firefox. Like, I know it's something that you know how to do, but just practice it. That goes for all of you. If there's one character that you want to practice to edgeguard, it's Fox and Falco. Because the main thing is they are the easiest, most guaranteed recovery that you can edgeguard consistently every single time. And once you kind of like get that part down, literally your only win condition, regardless of what his percent is just get Fox to ledge and Fox is dead. And that's all you need to do. Fox spawns at death percent once you have that down. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, develop your plan for reflector baits. Make sure you play around can a lot more so then that way he can't be aggressive against you. And yeah, let me know if you have any more questions about recovering against ledge against Fox, because like very much understanding that timing, because this also applies to hero as well. Like, be patient on ledge and watch your opponent. So like for a fast faller like Fox, the second he jumps and like he's spamming aerials, keep in mind that like just doing get up attack will punish it. I don't know if you have the Smash training mod pack and you can practice it, but it will pay off dividends in terms of like just being able to get back and do things in general. So if you can practice that, do it. If not, practice it against a friend if you can. Yeah, more around that. Make sure you're going for your guaranteed punishes, and just remember a character like Fox, your stage positioning is always going to be better than basically anything else that you can do. And if you are getting comboed up, make sure to always DI to ledge. That's your best thing. Yeah, I have the original Switch, so I know I could do the mod pack, but I haven't been in the bullet and done that yet. So I don't know if I want to do that with my Switch, because I know there's like some issues you can get. Are there any questions that you had, Sekai? Like anything specific? Before I jump on to Fawn. Also, don't forget, guys, if you guys want to help Fawn get a Switch, we are doing a donation goal. From what I've researched, Switches are going for like about $300, and the OLED model is going for $350. But like if we can get somewhere around $300, she should be able to get one. Well, yeah, she will be able to get one. It does seem like there is a shortage though. Like I checked the GameStop website and they didn't really have anything. All right, cool.